Hello there, everyone. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Kassy.
And this is the Culips English Podcast. Welcome back to Culips. This is Simplified Speech, the Culips series that features clear, natural, and easy to understand English conversations about interesting topics. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Kassy. Hello there, Kassy.
Hey there, Andrew. And hi, listeners. Guys, today we've got a fun and spooky topic for you because we're going to be talking about zombies.
And I have to give a big thanks and shout out right off the bat here, Kassy, to one of our listeners named Mashari, who is a big zombie fan and a loyal Culips listener. And Mashari sent us a message through Instagram and requested this topic.
Yeah, Mashari actually left us a really great voice message, so we thought we'd play it here for everyone to listen to. So let's check out what Mashari has to say.
Hi Andrew, hi Kassy. I want to say thank you for this episode and thank you to help me to improve my English. Now I can speak and listen and understand English. And for all the listeners who want to achieve his goal, believe me, you will.
Wow, Mashari, your English sounds excellent. Thank you so much for sending us an audio message. Kassy, usually when I say we hear from our listeners, it means that we receive an email or a message from them in writing. But in this case, we actually got to hear from one of our listeners. So I think this is just fantastic. And I would like to throw out this challenge to other members of the Culips community as well. Guys, if you want to practice your English speaking and send us a voice message through Instagram or email, you can just record something simply on your phone and send it in to us. We would love to hear it and include it in future upcoming episodes. So, Mashari, you've got the ball rolling here, and I would love to hear other Culips listeners participate like this as well. It's really, really cool. So, thanks again for your message and your topic suggestion. And guys, really thanks to everyone who's been supporting us with comments and messages and subscriptions and follows, all of those good things that really help us build the podcast and reach more English language learners from around the world. We really do appreciate that. So, guys, we'll get started here with our chat about zombies in just a moment. But before we do, I want to let everyone know about the study guide and transcript that you can get for this episode. It's available on our website, culips.com, culips.com, and it's available for all Culips members. It's a great study resource that we put a lot of time and effort into making so that you can get the most out of your study with Culips, build your English skills, and reach your English learning goals faster. So to become a Culips member and to get unlimited access to all of our study guides, plus great other bonuses as well, just visit the website.
Okay, Andrew, let's get on to our chat about zombies.
Zombies. Yeah. Now, I have to say, Kassy, I'm a little bit heartbroken because Mashari had this great, passionate topic request to talk about zombies, but I'm not actually the best person to talk about this topic. I think, zombies are a huge part of popular culture, TVs, movies, video games, but I'm not a huge consumer of zombie content. I haven't watched too many movies or too many TV shows. Like I know The Walking Dead is a really famous zombie TV show. I haven't seen it before, so I'm not an expert, but let's try our best to, to talk about zombies as well as we can. How about you, Kassy? Are you a zombie person? Sounds funny to say that, a zombie person.
I am a zombie person. Ooh, no. I'm not a huge zombie fan. For example, I have not watched The Walking Dead, but there are a couple of more comedy-centered zombie shows that I have watched. For example, one is called Zombie Nation and the other one is called I, Zombie. And I loved both of those.
So I know that in different zombie movies and in different zombie TV shows, every story is a little bit different about how the zombies are created and come to plague the earth. But just in general, Kassy, what is a zombie for maybe some people who don't know? How could you describe a zombie?
A zombie is a human that was usually infected with the zombie virus, and it causes them to turn into a crazed, undead creature that likes to chase living humans and eat their brains.
Exactly. And that's how the zombies survive, right? It's from eating the brains of humans who are alive. And the zombies usually come alive at night.
Yes.
And they walk really slowly, right? They hold their hands in front of them and they walk really slowly looking for people to eat. And I think, as far as I know, there's some special ways that you can kill zombies too, right? Or am I getting my folklore mixed up? What is the creature that you need to kill with a wooden stake? That's
a vampire.
Vampire. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'm getting mixed up.
Zombies, ironically, you have to chop off their head because it's all about the brain. So zombies, they can keep moving even if you chop their arms and legs and toes off. But if you chop the head off, that's game over.
Okay, so it's the headshot that is important for zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, yeah. So you've seen a couple of different series about zombies, Kassy. Could you tell us about them?
Yeah, so Zombie Nation is about a zombie plague that one person got infected with and then spread it around the globe. And now it's kind of like a dystopian TV show, you know, where in the future, like, they don't have electricity anymore because there's nobody to run the power plants. But they still have a lot of conveniences. Like, they can use solar panels. They still have those. So, like, they still have TVs and stuff, but it's, you know, like 5 to 10 years after the zombie plague started. And one thing that I like about this show compared to maybe Walking Dead, which I've only really heard about, is that it's more comedic. So the characters aren't so serious. Yeah. When I think of Walking Dead, I think of a very serious zombie show, which is not my style. Well, Z Nation is more, you know, acting silly, killing zombies in really weird ways. Having like really lazy people survive the zombie apocalypse while all of the like smart, hardworking people are dead. I don't know.
Okay, it sounds fun. And sorry, I called it a movie before, but it's actually a TV show.
Yeah, TV show. And iZombie is actually, I think, better for people who aren't super into zombies. One girl gets infected, like becomes a zombie, but she keeps her conscious, I guess you'd say. So she's still human, kind of. She still has her brain functions and she doesn't want to eat people. But she still needs the brains. And before she died, she was a doctor. So what she did was she became a forensic scientist, like a person who studies dead people and figures out how they died, like solving murder mysteries. So what she does is she found out that if she eats the brains of dead people, she can get visions of how they died and help solve their murder.
Okay, Kassy, and that TV show is called iZombie?
Yes.
It sounds a lot more complex than just your basic run-of-the-mill zombie show.
Yeah, it's much more, drama, backstory, character development than just like, kill the zombies, run away kind of TV show.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I might have to check that one out. Is it a current TV show? Like, is it on air right now?
I I haven't watched it in a while. I don't think so, but it was really popular on Netflix like 2 or 3 years ago.
Speaking of Netflix, a zombie show that I actually have seen is a show called Kingdom. Kingdom. And it is a Korean show, so maybe I can't really recommend it to people who want to learn English. But if you just want to watch a cool show, then you could watch Kingdom. It's a zombie show that is kind of historical fiction, I suppose. Like it takes place hundreds of years ago in kind of medieval Korea. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really, really well filmed and well shot. So the scenes are beautiful and the scenery is beautiful and the costumes are beautiful. I love these kind of period dramas from history. So that's what attracted me to the show. It wasn't really the zombie element at first, but then you get to see a lot of cool battle scenes and cool fight scenes where the regular people are fighting the zombies, and it's actually pretty cool. So it's not your typical run-of-the-mill modern zombie story. It's a totally different kind of zombie story that's set in Korea back in the Joseon dynasty like hundreds of years ago, but it was really exciting and fun to watch.
Yeah, Korea has great zombie content. One of the most famous movies produced in Korea is Train to Busan, which is also zombie themed.
Yeah, I've seen that one. And that movie was praised and really is highly regarded. And a lot of people say it's an awesome, awesome movie, which I agree. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. There was a follow-up, though, a sequel. And I haven't seen the sequel, but I heard the sequel is terrible. So I don't know.
I saw the sequel. I gotta say, I actually really liked it. Not for the plot or anything, but the child actors in that movie were so good. The adults, but there was a little girl and a teenage girl, and they were amazing.
Do you know what the sequel is called? I'm blanking on the name of that movie at the moment.
It's not called Train to Busan 2 for listeners who want to research it. It is called Peninsula, and it came out in 2020.
2020. Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Now, Kassy, we talked about zombies a little bit before, you and I, and you told me something interesting about American culture that I wanted to chat about because this kind of blew my mind. And you told me that in the States, there are actually zombie apocalypse preparation stores. And could you tell our listeners about this too? Because I think they'll find it as interesting as I did.
Yeah, so I don't know why, but there are a large population of Americans that are just dying to have a zombie apocalypse. Like their dream is for zombies to exist so that they can, fight them and live in the woods and escape normal life. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's a thing.
I guess there's maybe some appeal to that. I don't really get it. I mean, if zombies were real, then you would want to fight them, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't work for me, but there are some people who I guess would like to live out this fantasy of fighting zombies. So
Yeah.
there are actual zombie preparation stores then where people can buy supplies for a zombie apocalypse. Like what's going on here?
There are, yeah. I think there's only like 1 or 2, but there's a famous one in Las Vegas, Nevada. And when you go into that store, it's just full of zombie fighting memorabilia. You can buy like ration kits for, meals if you have to be living in the wilderness for days on end. And they have I think they even have zombie spray, which of course doesn't actually work. But, and they have special goggles and toy gas masks, things like that.
Okay, interesting. So rations, that's a good word to know that you just mentioned there. Rations are what we call, I guess, military foods Most of the time, the type of meal that is served to a soldier is called a ration. So anytime you're watching a movie, listeners, where maybe it's in a war situation or a zombie situation or a survival situation, and you hear people talking about rations, it's talking about like a small portable meal that you can eat in this kind of outdoor situation when you don't have access to a grocery store or a kitchen to prepare food, rations.
Exactly. Andrew, I know we're probably going to wrap up the episode soon, but I have one question for you.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So, if there was a zombie apocalypse, would you want to, try to survive as long as possible? Or would you be like, dude, I want to be eaten in 5 seconds and just be done with it?
No, I would want to try and survive as long as possible. One of the things that is attractive about this kind of zombie fighter fantasy that we were talking about a moment ago is getting in your car and having all the streets be empty and you can just drive around in your car as fast as possible and go to the woods and set up a survival base. This kind of thing actually does sound a little bit fun, and then have a big fight with the zombies and try to survive. Maybe you can go to some secret laboratory and find the cure to the zombie virus or something. It's like living out a fantasy from a zombie movie, I guess. But yeah, I would fight as long as possible, of course, Kassy, to the bitter end.
I don't know if I agree with you. I think I would be so terrified of living in constant terror. Yeah, I think it depends on what kind of apocalypse, but if it's a zombie apocalypse, I think I'd rather die early.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, everyone, I think we'll end the episode on this note. So that brings us to the end. Thanks for listening, everyone, and congratulations on doing some English listening practice today. You can go ahead, pat yourself on the back. Great job.
Andrew and I are curious. What do you think about zombies? Or if there was a zombie apocalypse, what would you do? Would you want to be like me and die off quickly, or be like Andrew and fight to the bitter end? Please let us know what you would do in this situation. You can do that by commenting on our Instagram or on the comment section or the discussion forum on Culips.com.
All right, guys, that's it for us today. But of course, we'll be back soon with another brand new episode, and we'll talk to you all then. Take care and goodbye.
See ya.